All right, Nick, here's a prime example of a game management bunker shot here. We're in the far away bunker with a pin on the front edge of this green.
Yeah.
So we want to address our options on what the best possible routine or route that we can go. If we hit our second shot in this bunker and it's a par 5, we need to make a par, but we don't want to put bogey.
On the table.
We don't want to put bogey on the table here. So you've got about a 25-yard carry to a pin that's 3 paces onto that green. Okay. How would you normally play this shot?
Well, I know normally I'd say right here, but I know it runs away if you start getting too far right here. So I probably play it straight just off the right of the left edge of this bunker. Pretty much just straight at the hut back there.
Okay.
That's kind of the line I would take.
Okay, at that hut at the back.
It takes away that runoff.
Okay.
But at the same time, if I put it close, I still have a 15-footer for birdie.
And you're looking at hitting it about 20 feet right of the hole.
Yeah.
From this position, and you're going to carry it. How far do you want to carry it on the green?
Just want to give obviously you don't want to go in the bunker again, so I want to carry it enough to take this out of play, but at the same time keep birdie on the table. So I'd probably carry it a yard off the fringe.
A yard off the fringe. So you're going to carry it basically. You're going to carry it at least about this far over onto the green. So you're only trying to get it over the column.
Yeah.
Okay.
That kind of gives me a little. If I do hit it a little fast, that gives me room on the fringe to maybe run off onto the green, and at the same time too, it gives me room in the back of the green. So I feel
Okay.
like it's safe to play.
All right, I'm going to put a few balls here. Okay, and you're in some fairly firm sand here. Okay, that's one thing you notice. This particular bunker, it's not got the same consistency of the green side, so you're going to take, you're going to want to use a little more bounce from the wedge. And the one way that I can give you some pointer on bunker play is lining up is critical, because you want that bounce into play with the bunker shot. You definitely don't want that leading edge to dig into that sand, because that is going to be your Achilles heel. Once that leading edge starts to dig, it's dead. Okay, so a lot of times is I lay the face down so that I'm exposing that bounce, and then I line up to it with my body left of target, but the face is on a direct line to the hole. So I open my stance up and leave that face pointing. It's up at the sky, but it's pointing at the hole. So I'm open of it, and I'm always careful that I don't lean into the shot. Because if you lean into the bunker shot, guess what happens? You are going to expose that leading edge, and you are dead meat. So it's really important to stay back, but stay planted, and allow that club to just pass in front of you, and your palm faces the sky as you come through. You go ahead and go with your normal technique. I mean, obviously on this one you want a little bit more bounce because it's a little bit skinnier sand. Beautiful.
Kind of pulled that one, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, but I'll let you pull it there, because the one good thing that you did on that one is you maintained. It's very, very critical on the bunkers, is to make sure that you accelerate speed coming through. You're never going to get the ball out of the sand if you slow down. Good. All right, so we took out what we talked about discussions. You hit both of those 2 shots right there. Those are neither of the 2 shots that you would have taken at the hole. I mean, strategy-wise, those are left of target. All right, let's get over to our strategy here. Let's lower the bar now that you've hit 2 inside the leather, and you're going to have 2 knock-in birdie putts here. Perfect. Exactly. Okay. Because you're exposing more bounce on this one, you can carry it a little bit further. Okay. that is ideal position. That's 15 feet. You carried it 3 yards, maybe 2 yards further than you talked about carrying that shot.
That's fine with that.
That's fine with that. When you add more bounce to the club like you're doing from this skimpier sand, you can go ahead and carry it a little bit further because it's not going to move. All right. Well, you bounced though. That had the thump. What was the difference between that swing and the other ones? Is you drop into posture. If you stay, if you hold your body position and let that club pass underneath you, you'll achieve success 10 times out of 10. If you try to dig it out with your legs, you're going to push it. Good. Yep. You know, that was pretty cool. I mean, you clip that too.
Yeah, I know.
You are adding a lot of bounce, and so what's happening with these shots, you know, and some of the things they want us to teach you guys is what they call knowledge of performance and knowledge of results. Well, the reason why that one spun is that bounce, you happened to hit it driving down, so it rolled up the face and put backspin on it, okay? A normal sand shot, it'll rotate up. You actually held the bounce, you stayed still, and you just got close to the ball, and instead of exploding the sand, you clipped the ball, and it rolled up the face and put backspin on it and spun it, okay? So that, by rolling up the face, that's going to put backspin on it, but you got to be very careful.
That was kind of a lucky shot, at least.
No, not necessarily lucky. I mean, the technique was good because what that meant is that it was here,
Yeah.
okay? And you just happened to get close enough to the ball to use the scoring lines to provide that spin on it. It wouldn't have happened if you wouldn't have stayed in posture, though. If you would have dug down like you did before, that club would have stuck in the ground and you would have, your club would have never passed that point. You would have dug that thing right down into the trap. A little bit of a pull, but guess what?
It's okay.
Absolutely okay. And that's just telling you that your face is actually, you're helping it out with your hands a little bit. If you hold your hands a little quieter through impact, you're not going to put that side spin on it. And but from here, none of those shots are going to hurt you. And if you're going to end up short here, you want to be left of that trap, but right of that downslope so that you're chipping uphill. So theoretically that followed the line if you left it short. It didn't put you in the trap and made you have a second bunker shot to get that one up and down. So. Beautiful. Just like on TV.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to put you in another spot here. That way you're in the wheelhouse there. You know exactly what that shot does now. I had that same shot. Come on over here. All right, the pin on this one is front right. So it's in between that rake and those two palm trees there. So I want you to hit that shot. I want you to line it up, go through the routine, and give me a second to move the camera over here so you can see that we're actually doing something different with technique, forcing you to try something new. All right, so there's two palm trees just to the right, and you're aiming. Beautiful. Face line is awesome. All right.
Felt myself on that one.
Yep. The one thing that separates a great bunker player and a consistent bunker player is being able to stay in your posture. And all you did is you fell down into that one a little bit. You don't have to dig it out. You have a great technique. All you have to do is Let that club splash it out, palm to the sky. Beautiful. Little closer to the ball than you wanted to do, but that's exactly the technique. And just watch your position. You bottomed out a little bit too far forward, so. Here's a face-on shot of it. Ideal. Well done, Nick.